Part 2 of lesson 3.2, we're talking about multiplying polynomials. What's a polynomial?
More than one. More than two.
More than two terms, right? So I want to back up to what you learned in Algebra 1. Okay, I know that's been a while ago. That's why we're going over it. If I have 2x squared times 3x to the third. Okay, first of all, what operation's happening? Multiplication. Yep, multiplication in the middle there. Still think like term. So what's a like term of 2? 2 and 3, right? What's 2 times 3? 6. Do you agree those are like terms?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I multiply those together?
You add them.
Bingo. You keep the base, which is the x, and then you add the exponents. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Now let me explain why that is. Okay. What does x squared mean? How can I separate that out? What's x squared mean? X times
1, 2,
x times x, right? X times x is what x squared is. What about x to the third? X times x times x. So if I multiplied these together, do you see why we would get x to the fifth?
Yeah.
Okay, because we just put all those together. So when you're multiplying powers of the same base, you add the exponents. Okay, let's try another one. If I do 8x to the fifth times 4x to the third. What do I get when I multiply those together?
32.
8 times 4 is 32, and then x to the fifth times x to the third. I keep the base, and I add the exponents. So 5 plus 3 gives us 8. Okay? So if I look at the example here, okay, we have a binomial with a polynomial. First off, what operation's happening? Yep, that's the first thing you have to check every time. Multiplication is happening. How did we, you don't have to write this down, how did we multiply this together? Last chapter. How did we multiply that together? Remember we took x times x, and we took x times 4. FOIL, right? Or the distributive method. So, what do I do first on this problem here?
Foil.
Starting with 2m, what do I take 2m times?
Everything.
2m times 3m squared is, what's 2 times 3? 6. What's m? What's the exponent on this one? 1. What's m to the first times m to the second?
3.
Yep, adding the exponents, so m to the third. What do I multiply next?
No, 4m.
Yep, take 2m times negative 4m. So 2 times negative 4?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. What's m times m?
M.
M squared. Yep. And then 2m times 2, which is
4m.
4m. Are we okay there?
Yeah.
What do I do next? Same thing with the 5. Take 5 times 3m. 5 times 3 is 15. M squared. Good. 5 times negative 4m. Negative 20m. And then 5 times 2, which is 10. What do I do from here?
Combine like terms.
Combine, simplify like terms. Yep. How should my final answer be written?
In, what's it called? The standard form.
In standard form. What does that mean?
The exponent, the largest exponent to the left.
Yep.
The smallest.
Yep. What's that largest exponent called?
The, like,
It's
leading something.
Starts with a D.
degree.
Degree. Yep. What is my degree?
3.
The 3, right? Does it have a like term? Nope. So I just write it. Once you use it, cross it out. What's next?
Negative 8m2.
M squared. Yep. Keep going.
Minus or plus 15m.
Yep.
squared.
What's negative 8 plus 15?
7.
7m squared. Cross it out once you've used it. So now I have 4m minus 20m,
Minus 16.
negative 16m. What do I do with that plus 10?
Yeah, just put it on the end.
Yep, keep it, attach it on the end. Done. I want you, and that looks like this. Okay. This one's not in your notes yet. What do you notice about this problem right here?
It's
There's 3 of them. What do you mean by 3 of them? There's 3 different sets of parentheses. Okay, how many are we normally used to? 2. Okay. We're going to still treat it like 2. I'm going to take care of these 2 first. So ignore the 3rd one for now. Okay. So what operation's happening? Multiplication. So how do I solve these 2 right here? Distribute. What's mn times mn?
mn squared.
I'm going to do m squared, n squared. Okay, so remember, the m's go together, the n's go together. Mn times -2.
-2 mn.
Yep. What do I do next?
1.
Take the 1, right? 1 times mn. 1 mn, or just mn. And then 1 times -2 is -2. Do you agree I'm done with these 2 right now?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what do I do with this one right here?
You do the same thing.
Distribute it to those.
We're going to distribute it to what we have here. I'm going to write this in the same color real quick. So it's kind of 2 different problems put into one. Okay, so now we have this one here. I'm going to put what we have in parentheses, and I'm going to attach that one to the end. Now, what operation's happening? Multiplication. So how do I solve this now?
Distribute.
We're going to distribute every single term. Like I said, drawing those arrows is going to be helpful to you staying organized. Okay, so I take m squared, n squared times
And then,
mn.
wait, I have a question.
Yep,
Instead of doing it like that, could we put the mn plus 4
On
in
the
front
other
of
side.
it?
you can. Yes, you can.
So it's.
It would give you the same thing. Yep, yep. M squared, n squared times mn. How many m's am I going to have?
3.
M3. How many n's?
3.
3. Now I take m squared, n squared times 4. So I get, yep. Now I do the same thing with -2mn. -2mn times mn. Yep. And then -2mn times 4. -8mn. Yep. What do I do next?
The mn.
Mn times mn.
mn squared.
M squared, n squared. Yep. And then mn times 4.
4 mn.
Yep. Are we done? Nope. We got one more left, right? So we have -2 times mn. -2mn. -2 times 4. -8. Now are we done multiplying, distributing?
Yeah.
Yes. What do we need to do next?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. Now, is there such thing as standard form?
No.
Why not?
Because there's 2 letters.
Because there's 2 variables, okay? So we don't worry about standard form. We're just going to work left to right. So does m cubed, n cubed have a like term? No. Does m squared, n squared?
Yes.
Is it okay to have more than 2?
Yeah.
Yes. So what's 4 minus 2?
2.
2 plus 1. So we have 3m squared, n squared. -8 plus 4.
-2.
Yep, what's -8 plus 4?
-6.
-4 minus 2 is -6 mn.
-8.
And then we have this -8. And now am I done?
Yes.
Yes.
Genius.
Okay, so now what I did there, I know there was 3 sets of parentheses there, but I do anything different than what I had with 2. No, it's just that one extra step. And I like the question that you guys had. If you like this, if you would rather it be mn plus 4 times m squared, n squared minus 2mn plus mn minus 2. If you would rather it be in that order, that is fine. You should still get the same answer here. Okay? to try this one in your notes. I'm going to take the fractions out, though. Okay? On A, I want you to do 6n squared minus 2 times n squared plus n plus 3. I want you to do that one for part A. First things first, you have to know what operation's happening in order to solve. So what operation is happening on this one? Multiplication, okay? So that means we're going to use, you think FOIL, or we use the distributive property, right? So that means I'm going to start with 6n. What do I take 6n squared times?
N squared.
6n squared times n squared. First, what number is technically right there?
1.
A 1. What's 6 times 1? 6. N squared times n squared.
And 4.
N to the 4th. What do I do next? 6n squared times n is 6n third. What is the exponent on this one? 1. What are we doing with the exponents when we multiply them? Adding them together, okay? 6n squared times 3.
18n squared.
Yep, 18n squared. Now what do I do? Yep, negative 2 times n squared.
Negative 2n squared.
Negative 2n squared. Negative 2 times n. Negative 2n. Negative 2 times 3. Negative 6. I think the hardest part is staying organized during this step here. Okay, making sure you do everything. So I highly recommend you keep drawing all of those arrows and those lines to keep you organized. Okay, do everything one at a time. What do I do to finish off this problem?
Simplify.
Simplify by doing what?
Like terms.
Combining like terms. What is my degree?
4.
4. So we're going to start with our highest degree. Does it have a like term? No. So this stays as 6n to the 4th. What's next?
3.
Yep. Does it have a like term?
Nope.
So we have 6n cubed. Next. These two, right? 18 minus 2. 16n squared. What do I do with these last two terms here? Yep. Now am I done? Yes. Once you're in simplest form and you have standard form, you're done. So you're going to do example 2B on your notes. All right, what operation's happening? Multiplication. What's different about this one? There's 3. What's the first step when there's 3?
You block the 1 out.
Yep. Ignore this one for now. We focus on the first 2. Okay, so I take mn times.
Can we not do the first one and the third one?
You could if you wanted to.
Does it get the same answer?
You would get the same answer. Yep. mn times m squared n. How many m's do I have?
2.
3. Remember, this one has 1 here, so we add those together. 1 plus 2, 3. And then n times n.
Squared.
N squared. mn times negative 1.
Negative 1 mn.
Negative 1 mn. What's next?
Would be the 1.
1 times m squared n.
1 n squared n.
Yep, and then 1 times negative 1.
That'll be negative 1.
Negative 1. Am I done with these two? Yes. What do I do with that third one?
Add the third one.
Yep. Put this in parentheses. Add the third one. Now, does it matter if you add it to the end or to the beginning?
No.
It does not matter. Okay. What do I do from here? Yep. Start all over, right? M cubed n squared times mn squared. How many m's?
3.
4. 5.
Yep, because this one has 1, right? M to the third times m to the first is m to the 4th. What's n squared times n squared?
4.
N to the 4th, yes. M cubed n squared times 2.
2 m3 m2.
Yep. So now I have negative mn times mn squared.
Negative mn squared.
How many m's?
Oh, m2
Squared, how many n's?
n squared. M3.
Don't forget this one has 1. Yep. Negative mn times 2. Whew. That'd be negative 2 mn. What do I do next?
Do the other one.
Do the next one. M squared n times mn squared. How many m's? 3. How many n's? 3. M squared n times 2.
2m squared n.
And then what's left? Negative 1 times mn squared.
Negative 1mn squared.
Yep. And then negative 1 times 2. Now am I done distributing? Yes. I cannot stress enough how important it is to draw all those lines while you do it to keep you organized. Okay? What do I do from here? Combine like terms. Does the degree matter?
Yes.
No.
The degrees?
Sorry, does standard form matter? No. Okay? So I'm just going to start with the first one here. Does it have a like term?
No.
Nope, so I'm going to keep it. This one, does it have a like term?
Yeah. Oh no.
It does not. Does this one have a like term? Nope. Does mn have a like term?
Yeah. No.
It does not. Does m to the third, n to the third have a like term?
No.
What are you noticing?
None of them.
None of them have like terms. Now, that's not going to happen every time, but this one it did. Is it okay that none of them had like terms?
No.
In our brains, no, it's not, because it just made everything a lot longer. But it is okay if you don't have like terms in the end. Okay, so really, what did I do from this step to this step? Nothing. I just rewrote it. Okay.